Good evening. This is the October 29, 2025 meeting of the Newcastle Zoning Board of Appeals. And Mr. Secretary, we have an extension.
We have an extension, Bach Capital.
Is there anyone here from Bach Capital?
That would be me. Can you read it?
Yep. Can you give us your name for the record, please? And when-
Absolutely. Douglas DeBoer,
Okay,
and it's it'll be a private residence, yeah.
okay, and you're looking for an extension
Yep,
from a previously granted variance.
correct. And I can give you the reason, but I'll let you continue.
No, for the record, we need to hear the reason. Please,
Yep.
go right ahead.
Yeah, over the last year, I've been working to get final approval. Long story short, I finally got the town planning board resolution last week on Tuesday. I got the county septic this summer, but obviously the full, nothing was able to be started until I got the town resolution last Tuesday. They actually gave me 18 months to get my 18 months from last Tuesday to get my building permit, according to the resolution. So that was that. I can go into more details, but that's the core of it. I couldn't do any work until I got that
So
resolution.
the planning board has given you 18 months?
They have.
Okay.
I couldn't.
I'm looking at your application here, it looks like you want a year from us.
Yeah, that was a month ago when we were looking for the extension. We were just looking to extend the same amount they gave me before. It's new information from last week that the planning board gave 18 months. So as part of this meeting, I don't know if it's okay to do that, but it might make sense to have both the town bodies to have congruent timing.
Not necessarily, not necessarily. I'm wondering why you need a year. Are you that far away from completing all your paperwork?
Yeah, I've been working on this for 3 years. I almost gave up, and so finally was able to get it.
Never give up.
It's the winter, and it's gonna be hard to move things up, and so yeah, for sure, at least I would hope that we give it at least a year.
Yeah, I know, 'cause our normal procedure is 6 months, but he's the building inspector. What do you think about the paperwork? Is there any way to expedite it, or
We do not have the building permit information.
you don't know yet?
Yeah, I still have other things that I need to prepare, final, I mean, I just got my site plan approved, I still have the overall
I get it.
building, architecture, all that stuff that I don't need to work on.
I get it, okay. Yeah, I'm okay with a year. I don't know about the rest of my colleagues.
Fine with me.
No problem. So I'm gonna make a motion that we grant your extension for 1 year.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
You have your 1 year, good luck.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a good night.
The next is Anand of 2 Annandale.
Hi, good evening, I'm here.
Okay. Can you state your name for the record, please, and tell us what it is that you seek?
Yes, good evening, my name is Kenneth Anand from 2 Annandale Drive in Lawrence Farms East. I'm seeking a variance on a fence that was installed along the road frontage along Route 117. We're requesting a variance, I'll let you continue.
He's waiting for you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that last, can you repeat the last comment?
Yeah, just requesting a variance on the fence that is lined along the edge of Route 117 on the back side of our house, perpendicular to Annandale Drive.
And the variance is facing the wrong way, from what I know.
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
Are you aware of the correspondence that we got from the Beautification Advisory Board?
I am now, yes, I received it yesterday.
Oh, you are, okay. Do you have any comment on it?
Yeah, I mean, I can understand the woman's position. However, the reasons I gave in my variance application was, number one, the fence was grandfathered in. We only repaired portions of the fence and kept it consistent with the majority of the fence, which was already facing a similar direction. It would have been extremely expensive to change all of that at the time. And the portions that we repaired were damaged by trees that had fallen due to heavy rainfall and things that have happened due to a lot of flooding and saturation on that back end of the property. The second part is that there's neighborhood consistency. The fence adjacent to mine, I believe it's at 6 Annandale Drive or 8, I can't remember the number, which was likely installed by the same fencing company, is oriented in the same direction. And so granting this variance would preserve continuity along the streetscape. There's really minimal visual impact when the trees and flowers are in full bloom. You can really only view a very small portion of the fence from the road. And there's a practical hardship in flipping it. It already cost me $6,000 to repair the fence, and it would cost me an additional $3,000 just to flip that portion of the fence around. So that's why I'm seeking a variance this evening.
Okay. Thank you. Any comments from the board?
No.
No comments. I'm gonna make a comment from the board here that I took a ride by to familiarize myself with what you're looking for. And quite frankly, I don't see much wrong with it. I do see that one bare spot, it's about 20 feet long, that doesn't have much greenery in front of it, but the rest of it is well hidden from the road. In your application, you offered to put some screening there. If that still stands, and you could screen that a little bit better than it is now, I would be inclined to approve it.
Yeah, I would be happy to. I just, I don't know what will continue to live in that area. It's a very unique area. There's a lot of saturation back there, that runoff from 117. And so I just might ask for some help from the Newcastle Parks Department or whomever helped plant the trees at my culvert on 117 and Colony. They did such a great job there. So I just might ask for some recommendations on what to plant that would grow and cover that area well.
Okay, normally we ask for planting plans, specific species of plants in such situations, other situations, not your particular situation. In this case, I don't think I would wanna do that. I think that if you would agree to consult with, like you said, the town officials who are familiar with that, or even our building department, and find something that's acceptable and amenable to all concerned, I would consider a granting of the motion, if you are okay with that.
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense, and just that I would have a reasonable amount of time to plant it. You obviously wouldn't want to plant it now with the winter coming, so just that I could take care of it in the spring perhaps.
No, you're right. I mean, like I say, I would say that if you coordinate with the officials in town who are in control of that and follow their lead, whether they recommend now or in the spring, shouldn't be a problem, for me anyway. I don't know about my colleagues, but anybody, any comment on that?
I would just say, I live in Lawrence Farms East as well, and you don't even know there's a fence there, there's so much
Yeah, just that one spot.
brush, it just,
Okay.
I think it's a non-issue, I would agree with our chairman.
Okay. Anybody in the audience would like to comment on this application, or anybody online would like to comment on this application?
No hands are raised.
No hands are raised. Okay, I'm gonna move we close the public hearing.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
Okay, let's go do the motion. Me?
Yeah, I don't have the file.
Okay, no problem.
I don't know, maybe it was last week's file. No, it was last week, I couldn't find it.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion that the application, the Annandale application at 2 Annandale Drive for the approval of a fence that has been installed with the unfinished side facing away from the property and toward the public, that the application to have that approved and to grant a variance for it be approved for the following reasons. The granting of the approval will not affect or negatively have any effect on the character of the neighborhood. There are other fences there that are similarly situated. This particular fence faces onto Route 117. It doesn't face anybody else's property. There is a large portion of the fencing that is, if not completely obscured by shrubbery, almost completely obscured by shrubbery, except for one short stretch about 20 feet long. The applicant has agreed to put some plantings on the bare spot to help to hide fence. And the applicant has agreed to coordinate with the town departments that are in control of that planting, whether it be the building department or the parks department. And has agreed to follow their lead as to what should be planted there. There have been no neighbors in opposition to this application. And providing the applicant follows through on the planting, I would move that we grant the variance.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
Okay, you have your variance with the caveats. Good luck.
Thank you, have a good night.
You too.
Gobius?
Yeah, hello. Jackie, I hope it's okay, I just joined the call, I know we had an issue with not mailing out the notices to the neighbors. But I figured I'd just join anyway.
Okay, Mr.
Can you hear
Gomes?
me?
Mr. Gomes? Yes.
Yeah,
We have been apprised this evening that there is a deficiency in the notifications for your application. Legally, we cannot proceed with this case until that deficiency is corrected. So we are going to postpone this matter until the November meeting, at which time we hope you will have all your ducks in a row and the notices sent properly, and we will go on from there.
it's not possible to just finish this meeting and do this later?
No,
Do the mailing
no,
later?
we cannot move forward without the proper documentation and the proper procedures. It's common for everybody, and we cannot make any exceptions, I'm sorry to tell you that. So we will see you next month. If you have any questions about how to correct the notifications and get them out properly in the correct amount of time, I'm sure our secretary will be more than happy to help you.
At least can you give me an indication of if this is going to be approved or not?
There's no indication about that until it's presented to us and the board has a chance to digest the presentation. And I cannot speak for my colleagues on the board. They make their own decisions and the vote will go how it goes. So we will see you next month. Thank you very much.
I don't know, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Babcock on 15 Boston.
Sure. It's just seeking a site variance on the southern side of the property for a 792 square foot shed. It is going to be placed in a way that is both minimally intrusive, close to the garage, and provide minimal to no, shouldn't impact any neighbors whatsoever, given the spot behind the hemlock tree. Can you answer any questions? But it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, there was, the only concern from the neighbor was that they thought I was gonna put it on the top of the hill, which would have been visible from their kitchen, but that's not where I'm putting it. And upon explanation, they were fine with that. And apologies for the red lines, I couldn't get the surveyor to make the changes. So formally in the system, so I use a little.
is this shed in place now, or?
No, it is not. It is what I'm looking to install. But since it's within that setback, I need to get your approval, as you know.
Thank you.
So the first question that we're gonna ask you is why can you not move that shed
So
to be within the setbacks? Give us a good reason for that.
So alongside, I don't wanna have it alongside the house, for obvious vermin and other reasons. The other thing is because I do have a deck alongside the back as well as several Tesla power walls that need to be, that I would not wanna put a shed next to.
Okay,
I'm sorry, what kind of walls?
Tesla power wall batteries for the
Oh,
solar panel system that's in place.
I see.
Definitely don't wanna create a fire hazard.
and it looks to me on the contour plan that you have an uphill grade behind your house,
Yes,
so
that is landscaped.
there's no flat area there you can put it.
No, and it would be impractical because it's almost a 20% grade.
I see that, yeah.
So bringing a snow blower up that would not be
No,
fun.
I'm not gonna do that. Okay, comments from the board?
How close is the house next to this shed?
It is, I would say at least, so it is over here.
Okay,
So it's definitely quite a ways over.
so it's closer to
So,
Buxton Road.
just for the rest of you, so we do it over here.
Okay.
Anybody else? What? Anybody in the audience like to comment on this application? No, anybody online?
No hands are raised.
No hands are raised, I'll move we close the public hearing.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
Thank you all.
Oh, no.
We're not done yet.
I'd like to make a motion in regards to Charles and Krista Babcock at 15 Foxton Road, Mount Frisco. That we grant the variance for a 192 square foot shed, which is going to be 1 to 2 feet from the property line on the south side behind the driveway. The variance will be 34 feet, which is a substantial variance. But according to the topography of the property, as well as the location of Tesla power walls, which I will Google when I get out of this meeting tonight. As well as not wanting to have the shed next to his house. The Tesla power walls would create a potential fire situation. He doesn't want the shed next to the house because of potential vermin situation. And the rear yard has a very steep contour, 20% grade. The granting of this variance will not create an undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties. The benefits sought by the applicants could potentially be achieved by other feasible methods, but this is the best situation for the homeowner, which would be something that's important to us to consider. The requested variance is substantial in that it's 34 feet. It will not have an adverse effect on the physical or the environmental conditions in the neighborhood. The applicant has said that his neighbors have asked him a question on it and they're pleased with the result. This is a self-created hardship, but again, the benefit will outweigh the negative aspect of that. And then I suppose we'll need 6 months to start, a year to finish. Do we need any kind of a survey?
Final survey, please.
A final survey, 6 months to start, 1 year to finish.
I'll second that.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
We have your variance, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, Kim.
Good evening, Chairman and members of the board. My name is Nora Hildinger with Building Permit Services. I'm here representing Dr. Kim in his request for variances. I'm requesting three separate variances. One is for a stone patio, that's 144 square feet. The required front yard setback is 40 feet. The proposed is 30, so the requested variance is 10 feet. A slate patio that is 528 square feet. The required setback is 40, proposed is 28, requested variance is 12. And a 70 square foot shed that the rear yard setback is 35 feet, proposed is 25 feet, requested variance is 10 feet. And a little background on this, these are all existing, so Dr. Kim purchased the property in approximately 2017. At that time, the slate patio and the stone patio were there. They were there exactly as they are now. And Dr. Kim was not aware that these patios had been installed without the proper permitting in place. So of course, it was not known that they were also in the setbacks. And that's what I'm here for, to try and rectify that situation. The owner did place the shed, the 70-foot shed on the driveway where it is. But it's the most logical place for the shed. It's level there, it's on the driveway, none of the neighbors can see it, so it's a logical place for it. And I just wanna mention too that the patios have existed as they are for over 9 years, but probably even longer. These patios, they didn't change the neighborhood, they didn't, and just do anything to the neighborhood, and to my knowledge, nobody has ever complained about the patios. They're not an eyesore. If the variances are not granted, it would definitely be a financial burden. They're nice patios, and I don't think you want them to be ripped up. So I respectfully request the variances.
Thank you. Anybody?
I don't think I have any questions. Is the shed, you say it's on the driveway?
It's on the driveway.
Does it have any kind of a foundation, or
No,
it's just
no,
on
it's
top
just-
of the driveway?
It's just like a little plastic 70 square foot shed. It's plastic,
Plastic.
yeah.
Rod? Any more? Kathleen? Anybody in the audience want to address this application? Anybody online would like to address the application? No hands are raised. I'll move to close the public hearing.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordino.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
Okay. All right, I make a motion that we grant 3 variances to the Sun Kim located at 448 Sawmill River Road. The variances are a stone patio, requested front yard setback, front yard variance of 10 feet. And then a slate patio is a front yard setback requiring a variance of 12 feet. And then a shed, which is located on the driveway, requiring a rear yard setback of 10 feet. The slate and stone patios have been in place for at least 9 years, according to the homeowner's knowledge when he purchased the property in 2017. The shed is placed on the driveway because that is the most level location for the shed to be placed. It's a plastic shed, which is 70 square feet, which is pretty de minimis, and it cannot be seen from the road. The granting of this variance will not create, and let me just say also that if there were a requirement to take the slate and stone patios up, it would be a significant financial burden. The granting of this variance will not create an undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood or detriment to neighborhood properties. The benefits sought by the applicants probably cannot be achieved by any other method because the two patios are already in place and the shed is a plastic shed which could be moved frankly at any time. And it's small. The requested variances, of the three variances, are probably fairly substantial. But in this case, as previously mentioned, the financial burden of changing, moving, would be a material event. Will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical and environmental conditions in the neighborhood. There are no neighbors who are present who have written in opposition to the variance requested. And the two existing patios are certainly not a self-created hardship. The shed is certainly probably a self-created hardship, but it's fairly insubstantial. Therefore, I move you grant the variance. Tom, do we need anything for the shed?
The building department already has a current survey.
Okay,
We're good.
so, okay, then we have nothing to start, nothing to finish.
I'll second.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anything else?
Waters?
Are they on one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good evening, Joseph Moon, Principal Site Design Consultants, representing Gregory Waters and Monica Kosowitz, 297 Bedford Road. Can I share, is it okay if I share my screen?
Please do.
Okay, thank you. So just to give you a location on the site, here's First Congregation Church. The property directly across from it on Bedford Road. And it's the site of a new home that was built in the last year or so. The variance that's being requested is from section 660-420F 8B3, which says no driveway entering onto any street shall have a grade greater than 5% within 35 of the feet of the center line. And 60-420F8B4, the maximum permissible grade changing driveway grade shall be 6%. So the driveway was constructed by the site contractor. This is the original grade that was approved with the site plan. And overlaying all that in the red dash line is the existing or as-built driveway profile. So as you can see, with the site contractor did not construct it as per the approved plan, which is here in the light blue below that. And at this time is not willing to correct the situation. So for the two variances, the first one with the 5% within 35 feet. So this is the center line of the road. Here's 35 feet off. Here's your property line. So the section that we're talking about that needs the variance is this section right here, where it's within 30 feet, it starts to change to just under 12% grade. The second variance we're seeking is originally this pro trade was supposed to be 5%. It was constructed at 4%. So it's supposed to be 5% to 10.8%, which was within the 6% grade change. As constructed, it's 4% to 11.96%, which is about an 8% grade change. So, at this time, we're seeking a variance, for this, for those two sections of the code.
So you said the contractor is unwilling to correct the mistake on the grade. If he was originally contracted to do the job with certain requirements, why is he not doing it the way it's supposed to be done? And why can't you not force the issue and have it done?
I can't speak to that, because I haven't had direct dealings with the contractor. Andrew, do you wanna chime in on that?
I can speak to that. Good evening, my name is Andrew Vaccarello. I'm with Welcome Homes, contractors to build a home for Greg and Monica here. Part of the issue too is the original design that Site Design Consultants had issued was for the house to be set at a certain elevation in the garage, and the house is actually, the garage elevation was actually raised up about 7 inches higher than what that had called for. So that kind of contributed to the increase in slopes. So trying to connect the edge of pavement to the garage slab elevation resulted in some of the increased slopes here. And then the second of which is really just that it would be a substantial amount of earthwork to try and move the grading around to try and achieve these grades here. And so it would create a good amount of disturbance, as well as just earthwork in close proximity to the state road. And so it would be preferred to leave in the existing condition as it had been constructed, due to those two reasons there.
What's the impact of the site drainage because of this?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
So what is the impact of the drainage for the site because of this change from what was originally designed?
No, we're still collecting the same amount of runoff and being piped to a subsurface stormwater management system that's been completed as per the plan.
So you're saying that the drainage conditions are not going to be negatively affected by having this
That's correct.
Okay.
And although not significant, the original grade from the property line into the 35-foot point was 5%. It's now 4%, and it's not a significant change in grade, but it does make it a little, it does compensate a little bit for the lack of distance.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, can you tell us, why is the garage 7 inches higher than planned?
I believe that there was it was an issue with the installation overall. I think the garage slab was set 7 inches higher to reduce the number of steps entering into the residence. And that was something that was not originally contemplated on the design, and that was worked out in the field when that was being installed, and that was the reason to reduce one step to enter into the home.
Thank you.
I just have a question. This, it's a practical question. This property has not been inhabited for over 40 years. I remember it well. I knew the previous owner before the previous owner. And at that time, when the original house was there, which you may or may not remember, it was an old, like a cement kind of house. And I think that when they drove in and out of that property, the traffic on 117 was probably profoundly less. And my only concern would be, does this create a dangerous situation for the homeowners getting in and out of that driveway? I don't know, I've never dealt with this particular situation before, but does this make it any less safe to enter and exit that driveway?
So the original driveway location was right here. Closer,
that's
closer to the curb.
That's a worse location, right, that's a worse location.
What's that?
That would be a far worse location than where you have it now.
Correct. We slid the driveway further away from the curb, increasing the site distance and potential stopping distance. So, this is a safer location for the driveway than where it was previously.
Okay, I just don't know how the grade would impact, does it mean that the car is gonna bounce when it gets to the, I have no idea, but so, I mean, it looks to me like a pretty small percentage, but I don't know how to make that judgment. Tom, is that like a town engineer looked at this at all? I mean, is that who determined this?
The town engineer determined the difference in what was permitted and what is existing, yes.
Did he have any comments as to safety or usability or anything like that?
The line of sight was evaluated by the Department of Transportation, it's a state road, and found to be acceptable.
Yeah, the line of sight, I think, is
Okay,
far
lines-
better than it was.
Oh, yeah. And our engineering department has no
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 objection.
serious negative comments about the requested
Grade
variance.
The town engineer is the one that evaluated the driveway and sent us the memo to say this is the variance requested and had no other concerns.
Okay,
Okay.
alright, very good. Is that it?
Yep, yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, I'll move on. Anybody in the audience? No. Address this application since it's empty. Anybody online that would like to address this application?
No hands are raised.
No hands are raised. Okay, I'll make a motion that we close the public hearing.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
Alright, I'll make a motion that the application of Walter Gregory and Monica Prosowicz for driveway grade change variances, how are we gonna specify this now? Here's a 6.96% variance for 3.4 feet of the driveway, and grade change is rather than the 6% that's allowed, they're looking for a 7.9% grade change for driveway constructed with a newly constructed house. And I'll make a motion that we approve these variances for the following reasons. When the new house was built, the homeowner in conjunction with the contractor tried to eliminate or step into the house to make it easier access. And by doing that, they had to raise the garage floor by 7 inches. This created the problem with maintaining the grade changes that are allowed by the code. Even though they did not adhere to the grade changes, the small variances of change that they did make on the property are de minimis. They will not negatively affect the ingress or egress from the property on the driveway. The site distances are acceptable to the New York State Department of Transportation. Our engineering department reviewed this application and notified us of the deficiencies, but did not comment on whether or not it should be changed, so we're assuming that they're not too troubled by it. The drainage from the property will not be negatively affected by the grade change. The stormwater management system that's in place will handle it, whether or not that change was in place. The granting of the variance will not create an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood. And even though this was a self-created hardship. The benefit to the applicant of having this variance granted will outweigh the negative effect of this minimal percentage change that they're asking for. We don't need any surveys, they're all been done, we don't need any other information. So for those reasons, I will move that we grant the application.
And I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Okay, you have the variance, good luck.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, we have approval of the minutes from the September 24th meeting. Make a motion that we approve the minutes as corrected.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Adjournment is in order, I move we adjourn. Good night, everyone.